Welcome back to another episode of Hello, Ladies, where feminism meets pro wrestling. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. I am Sabrina,
And I'm MJ.
and we're going to talk the wrestling today. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about a little money in the bank today.
Oh, yeah.
So, to start things off, I do have a question for everybody. First of all, if you're not already following us, give us a follow, like this podcast, and leave us a comment below with whoever you think is going to win Money in the Bank for the men's and women, and if you think they're going to have a successful cash in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes.
And we are recording this on Monday prior to finding out who the final entrant for both of those matches will be. So we'll have to make some guesses based on that. So we're actually adding in extra predictions for this.
We are. We're making an educated guess, at least I hope.
Yeah, right? We're both just wrong.
Yeah,
All right. Do we want to start off with the women's?
let's do it.
All right. So we have for tonight. It's going to be Stephanie Valcure versus Liv Morgan versus Ivy Nile. Who do you think shall advance to Money in the Bank?
Oh God. Everything in me is saying that it feels obvious. Like why rush to have Stephanie lose the belt and then pull her up to the main roster if you're not gonna have her be in the Money in the Bank match? And I think having Julia already in it, I think it adds a nice element.
Yeah.
There is a part of me that is like, what if it's Ivy Nile? But then again, I have Ivy Nile love goggles. So maybe that's kind of playing into this. But I don't know. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, is it too obvious that Stephanie is going to be the one going into this match? Because I also feel like it seems obvious for who's going to win the men's, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
I mean, for me, Ivy Nile wasn't even an option for making it into it. I thought it was either Morgan or Stephanie. So, like,
Hmm.
um, because again, like the rush to call, not rush, but like, yeah, the calling her up.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a great way, like that match is a great way to introduce like not that they haven't been introduced, but both Perez, Stephanie and Julia on big this big feel match, having three newer-ish people called up from NXT
Hmm.
against three people who are established on the main roster.
Do you
Like,
think Liv losing this match will hurt her in any way? I don't want to say credibility wise. You think she
no.
can take the L and be fine? Yeah.
I think so. Also, she doesn't have to be pinned.
Okay.
It does not have to be her. There can be shenanigans that happen. She did just piss off Rhea Ripley at that Netflix thing. So, um,
The
like
other
someone,
night, the one at the Tudum or whatever it's called, Tudum.
yeah. Also, Roxanne could come out and molest Dom in front of her. Like, there's so many things that could happen that could like cause her.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
So we basically think that Ivy Now's eating this pin is what we're thinking is going to happen tonight.
I think so.
Got it. I
Unless
mean, that makes
shenanigans
sense.
happen and Liv gets rocked.
I could see it because then obviously it's still like a great it's a nice little feather in Ivy Nile's cap to be getting to be in this match and to get that time, you know? So it's like a
Mhm.
nice little it almost feels like a let's see how you do in this, against these two heavy
Yeah.
hitters. And Freddie, that's plastic, honey. Yes. He keeps trying to find this piece of plastic and eat it. Here, do you want down so you can eat your food? I will let you back up, sir.
He's like, no, I want something to get stuck in my track and you to pay thousands of dollars.
It's a piece. I realized what it was. It broke off of my hanger, and he's trying to eat it.
Yep.
This kid. But anyway, I'm here with I think Stephanie is going to win the match on Raw,
Who
this
do you
qualifying match.
who do you think's going to win the women's Money in the Bank?
Oh, damn it.
Which is
Okay, we've
Bliss,
got.
Roxanne, Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and in our predictions, Stephanie.
I'm gonna go Roxanne Perez.
That's who I have too.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
think that nothing's gonna piss Liv off more. It's gonna really help. Like, I'm not even gonna say accentuate the situation. It's gonna aggravate the Judgment Day situation. I think it's gonna be great storytelling.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what we're in for.
I agree. Shall we go into the men's?
Let's do it.
All right. So tonight we have CM Punk versus AJ Styles versus El Grande. Who do you have winning this match?
Gee, uh, El Grande Americano will not win this match.
Mm,
I just
I
want
was,
to see your face.
I was like, wild card, wild card.
Wild card, bitches. Um, it's gotta be Punk. Come on.
It's definitely gonna be
Come
Punk.
on.
And then so the match would be Punk versus Solo versus LA Knight versus Penta, Rollins, and Andrade. Who do you got winning the men's Money in the Bank?
I'm torn. Fuck. That is
I'm
such a good lineup of how do I even pick this? Does it feel obvious that it has to be either Punk, Rollins, or Penta? Or where's your head at? Does it have to be one of those three in your mind?
I think it's gonna be either Rollins or Punk. Because I was trying to think who would be the most ridiculous. 'Cause I'm going with a newer call up for the women's, right?
Hmm.
So I think doing that makes it more okay for it to be a seasoned person, who will just have so much fun with that briefcase.
For the men, you mean? Than
Yeah, for the
having it be
men.
the seasoned.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think either Punk or Rollins would be the most fun and obnoxious with that briefcase.
I think Punk has really been taking a lot of L's and like a lot of like, but I can't not see Punk. I can't not see bleh, Rollins with this briefcase. I just feel like this new faction, his shenanigans, the Seth, like the laugh,
Hmm.
holding the briefcase. I I can see it so clearly. I think that it's going to be Seth.
Okay. You go Seth, I'll go Punk.
Okay, was that where your split was? You were still torn, or were you
I figured like if you were gonna go with one of them, I'd go with the opposite, just so we're guaranteed to like not have
have a
matching cards.
difference?
Hmm.
Got you. Okay.
Then we have Cody and Jay versus Cena and the poster
You shall
child
not be
for
named.
abortion, Logan Paul.
Oh man,
Who you got?
Paul can't win this.
Yeah.
He can't. Oh, that's such a cute cup.
I thank you. From our
I love it.
childhoods.
Oh, cute. I love
McDonald's,
it.
maybe? I don't know.
It isn't it crazy how those cups still look so good?
Yeah. They used to do quality work at McDonald's and Burger King because that's where this thing's from the 90s. They don't do this shit anymore.
I know. I still had those like sick like glass Batman cups that came
Oh,
out. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I have a
Yeah.
couple of those.
I love those. I love
Mhm.
like 90s stuff like that too. I'm sure that like a lot of the stuff that's in it's gonna kill us, like those Hercules plates and the I'm sure that like how many times I microwaved tortillas and made like
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
on that that's
And they
probably
would
gonna kill me.
bubble. Like the
Uh,
plates themselves would start to bubble after a while and get fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I still have
Yeah.
one. I retired it because it's gonna murder me, but I have it.
Yeah. Totally. Which is it? The Pegasus one?
No, it is a Hercules one. I'll look and I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay. I had all of them at one point except like one, I think. But I loved them so much. I always had the Pegasus one because it was pink.
Hmm.
Or
Did
the
you
Megara one,
mm,
obviously.
did you ever have a birthday party at McDonald's?
No.
So
Did you?
I did, and they would give you a special McDonald's birthday plate that was like the same as those Hercules ones.
That's kind of sick.
I have one of those too still. I think that's in my attic.
That's so sick. I
Mm.
love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a few birthday parties at McDonald's. I remember being so excited because I got extra chicken McNuggets.
That's
And
so
now
dope.
I'm vegan. So
Okay, I was sampling out Impossible Nuggets yesterday. Like for anyone that doesn't know, they're like vegan chicken nuggets. And one of them, one of the shapes in it is like the McDonald's boot. So they come in like almost the same shapes as the McDonald's nuggets. I was dying. I was like, I need to tell Sabrina that.
That's great. I'm gonna have to buy some. Relive
People
childhood.
people love them. They were going crazy over these nuggets. It was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you on the Cody and Jay. They gotta.
They got to.
Yeet.
Come on. Yeah. They got to eat themselves to victory.
Yeah. And I've been loving all of the stuff from Cody and Brandy's podcast episode that they did.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Loving everything. It's so good. Someone made a compilation of like Cody having no survival instincts for like 2.5 minutes. And the stuff he's saying to her, he's just like, yeah, you're like a big woman. And she was like, excuse you? Like, what did you just say? And it was like, that's not what he meant. But like, there were so many things that he said that were so like,
Offensive as hell. Yeah.
yeah. And he totally didn't mean it that way. And he was like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr," and
But
just,
the way he handles everything is just he's just kind of so like chill here with his drink, just like, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like he's just like he's so offensively inoffensive. Do you know what I mean?
hmm. Yeah. And did you see the part where he was talking about how um like everything he has is hers and if she were to
Yes.
leave like because he was with her or she stayed with him through or like during
When he had
Stardust.
nothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, he said specifically Stardust and she was
He
like, "I think
did. He did.
Stardust was a great wrestler." And I was like, "I do too." So,
I thought of you because you and I have said that before, and that's the point. Remember when I messaged you? It was like you need to listen to this. That was what it was because I was like, oh
oh,
my God, she's gonna love this.
yeah.
Yes.
And I just love Brandy and Cody like in general.
I yeah, I do. I love them together so much. I just feel, and they're both little like Cancerians. Their little energy is just
Oh.
like so cute. I love it. But they're totally different sides of it. She's like I'm like so like he's so like sensitive and in touch with his emotions and deep, and then she's so just like, no, I will like use my emotions to like go over you like a wave, you know?
Yeah. This is gonna
Like
propel me and maybe you forward. Like,
hers are like the almost like the protective instinct of like you don't fuck with my family or me like no or anybody that I care about I don't think so and
mhm.
which obviously Cody's the same way but he's the crying Cancerian energy. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
love it.
love them. They are such a I would be legitimately sad if they broke up.
Oh yeah, I can't even see it. I love that he was talking about how some people are stealing whatever he's stealing people or lookers or something like that. He's like that. He's like I call her a stealing looker. He's like when Chelsea walks by, I'm like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And like Brandy talking about her Chelsea's boobs. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
like
love them.
I think it's also really important that they like specify like we're good friends with her. Like
Yeah, and
yeah.
how Brandy even was. Brandy didn't need to say it because we know she's not that way. She's like the biggest girl's girl ever, obviously.
Yeah.
But like that, she was just like she's like no, she's young. She can dress how she wants. Even though I don't think Chelsea and Brandy are that different in age, to be honest with you.
I think they're like the same age. I think they're
That's what I thought.
I think they're maybe a year or two difference because they're both basically my age.
Yeah,
Oh. All right. Then we have Becky versus Lyra. If Becky wins, she obviously gets the belt. But then also Lyra has to raise her hand and say that she is the better woman. If Lyra wins, Becky cannot challenge again for the belt as long as she holds it. Which I think regardless that mean well, not necessarily. Like if Lyra wins, this feud's over. Goes the
yeah.
other way, it can continue for forever.
Don't say that, Sabrina. I'm saying Becky.
I'm saying Lyra because
Okay.
if we're not building Lyra up, what the fuck was all this for?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I also just feel like since Becky's been back, it's been weird. So I don't know. I can see it going either way, to be honest.
Yeah. I and true to form, MJ and I start talking about wrestling prior to hitting record, and we had to be like, shit, we have to shut the fuck up and hit
Just
record.
record this damn thing.
Yeah. So one of like I don't want to complain too much about this match because I am ecstatic
Yeah.
that as it is right now, there are four matches on the card. Two of them are women's matches, two of them are men's,
Yeah.
and the one that is like this weird tag team match
Mhm.
is not like with the champions in it. It is not the women's match. Like this is an actual for a belt,
Yeah.
like making sense match. It's the
Yep.
men's that's like we had to stick them on here, meh, you know,
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Logan Paul.
Well, it was
Um,
supposed to be somebody else, right? Something happened. I can't remember why did we Logan got thrown in this. Something happened.
everyone hates him. I don't know.
No, but there was something. I can't. Oh, Travis Scott. It was rumored that Travis Scott was going to be in this.
He can't. No, no. Allow me to kind of. Logan Paul can wrestle in the ring and hasn't hurt anyone. Travis Scott has not wrestled in the ring, but has hurt Cody Rhodes. So I don't want him anywhere near Cody, Jay, or Cena for that matter. He can go watch in the crowd. He can he can have a nice time, eat some popcorn, have yeah.
Yeah.
He does not need do a little dance, whatever he wants. I don't care. Get out
Right.
of the ring. Do not get in that ring.
Yeah.
Um, One thing that MJ and I both wanted to also talk about is the fact there were some surprising releases or contract. I guess they're not releases technically, they are contracts not being renewed. Um,
Yeah.
Our Truth
Well,
being the most gutting.
I don't know. Yes. I don't know if Valhalla's was a release or if it was a contract not being re-upped. I
I
just heard about that one before we jumped on this, so I didn't see any details.
I'm pretty sure it was that her contract's not being renewed.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I'll put in. I'll double check. I don't remember what her.
By the way, I cried about our truth today because I put a video in my stories that was so just like that even had like the music attached to it, and I was just like, it was so just
With
I can't I can't stop posting all this sad art truth content. I'm sorry anybody that follows me.
I do kind of wonder if they'll give him a Legends contract, like or because he is a prime candidate for someone to get a Legends like if he chooses not to continue wrestling, like
Mhm.
because he is so beloved, he sells merch, like
Absolutely.
yeah,
I don't even know why this is happening. I'm still mad about that. Last year, he was the number one merch seller.
yeah, absolutely. It's
January. Remember he came in right under the wire because he was one of my top favorite he's my top shirt
hmm
for 2024 and we did our recap and then you were like, "Holy shit, was that 2024?" And it was like January
yeah,
something when that shirt came out and it was number 1. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, he is so beloved. This is so stupid that they've done this.
I know.
It's
But it's funny how fickle wrestling fans are. I want to comment on this for 1 second. I don't want to
oh
take
yeah.
away from our truth, but the comments on every single WWE post right now are almost like time to jump ship and watch AEW, I guess. And it was like, okay, they say I feel like I'm happy that everybody's like so supportive of our truth because he fucking deserves it.
hmm
But two, I feel like they do something similar every time the releases happen.
hmm
And it's just like none of you ever stop watching. You don't give a shit. You're not like actively doing anything to support. I don't know. It just makes me mad. It's just like this is I don't know.
Yeah.
It's you just jump back and forth and shit on one product or than the other. You just like how does that make you a wrestling fan? I don't understand.
Yeah. Honestly, I do hope tonight that people chant for our truth because the one thing that Triple H has shown is that, like, if there's enough of an outcry, maybe they will be like, so about how we weren't going to renew that.
Yeah.
Fun thing. So I hope that, like, fans keep making a like make noise about our truth. Like make it a big fucking deal. Um, keep that man. Like protect him at all costs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like his wrestling ability isn't even like a issue. It's
Hmm.
his if he solely was kept on to do backstage segments or to like build up other storylines, like he's more than like worth his weight in gold in that way.
Yeah. And piggybacking off of that, the rumor mill is now that Miz's contract is up in like July and that he might not be getting renewed, which is wild because
Yeah.
Miz is so solid, like in the ring,
Yeah.
on the mic. One of the things we were talking about is even if they didn't want him wrestling anymore, like he would be great as someone as like a GM or even going
Hmm.
down to NXT and um he could honestly probably one coach them in promos um
Hmm.
and being a fucking heat magnet um
Yeah.
but creating a faction type thing of just minions like those people would instantly
Yeah.
be hated.
Hated. So
And what
hated.
is so bizarre to me are I guarantee with Miz like possibly like not being in WWE anymore, all these people who have been shitting on him for decades are going to be like, I can't believe they let Miz go. Boo boo boo. Because wrestling fans. It's like you were
Hmm.
chanting for him to die. What are you? The
Makes no
fuck?
sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Yeah. I don't get it either. And
Yeah.
I think that even like I'd said this to Sabrina before we like got on this, but like how Titus O'Neil is like an ambassador for the brand.
Hmm.
Why would like Miz is like other than John Cena, he's like the perfect person to like do PR for the WWE.
Hmm.
He can play it up in so many ways.
I mean, give him another reality show.
Something.
Yeah, honestly, like talk to Netflix. I would watch Ms. and Maurice yet again. Like Ms.
Yes.
and Maurice, ride again. Uh,
Right again.
yeah, with her
Yeah.
like wackadoo mom and his weird ass dad. Like it's perfect.
Just don't I think this is before we started filming, but I'm getting everything all mixed up. But I Carlito's also another one we didn't
Oh
talk
yeah.
about, but just in general, it feels like in this current era of WWE, um, Sabrina and I didn't watch WCW other than our traumatic seeing Disco Inferno, and that was enough to scar us from watching WCW as kids.
Yep.
True story.
Yeah.
Um, but when you think about the history of it, someone posted about this earlier, and I'm sorry I don't have credit for who it was, but it was so brilliant. It was like, this is exactly what fucked WWE over back in the day. Not to give Hogan credit, but they got rid of Hogan, they got rid of Randy, they got rid of Piper, they got rid of all these people because it's like they almost aged out of what was like cool with
Hmm.
WWE's perceptions, right? And they just got rid of all the older talent. And that is how it feels like we're almost like doing this historical like revisiting to what we did before where it's like, fuck the older people. Like and I just like I understand that like we want to keep it fresh and we want to kind of have this new crop of incoming talent constantly, but at the same time, like what are we doing with like a Carmelo Hayes? Like the Miz was also there helping to kind of prop him up. And I know people hated that because they were just like, "Ooh, doo, doo, why are you doing this?" It's like it's better than when Carmelo was by himself and you were giving him nothing to do. He was like he was one of the best, in my opinion, NXT champions. The way that they built up Carmelo Hayes was incredible. Then what are you doing to him? Like
Yeah.
there was so much hype for that man to come to the main roster. Nothing's happened to him. Like I just feel like what are we doing in the transition between NXT to the main roster? And it's like how we're just kind of like dismissing people. And then when people get to a certain age, it's like, now we're done with you. When it's like R-Truth was just the number one merch seller last January. Like, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. It's just,
And I will say what you're saying is very true for the men's roster. The women's roster, I mean, look at that Money in the Bank match, as we were saying. It's three
mm-hmm,
people who were just pulled up from like Lyra Valkyrie.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. She like title, like they are
Yeah,
with the women, they've cracked that code, right, of how to um place
transition
them.
them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um the men,
It's clunky.
it's a little clunky. It's a little clunky. But in the men's, like, I mean, right now you do have some older talents who are clogging that up. Like, not clogging it up. Like, they're at the top still, right? Like you have your
Yeah.
CM Punks, you have your Randy Ortons, I mean your John Cena. You
Yeah.
have even like Sammy and well Kevin's off injured right now.
I know.
But you have like these guys who are seasoned who have been around for a while. Your Rollins, your Reigns, your
Hmm.
I hate saying that they've been around for a while, but you know, like you have these people who have been in the company for like 20 years, whereas the women's division, you didn't have that. Like, I mean, we have now a Naomi and a Natty who certainly have, but they're rarities because of how sh like up until like the Four Horsewomen, you didn't have women sticking around because they flushed them out
Hmm.
after.
Yeah.
So, or they left because they were like, fuck this.
Or they
Um,
were discarded and just,
yeah.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not in like your what we perceive as your
Exactly.
sexual prime. Like, tut
Hmm.
tut, there's the door, sweetie.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
the women's division, because it has been expanding, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, there are the spaces for the women to come up,
Hmm.
not so much for the male talent unless you start getting more injuries. That being
Which is
said, like
horrible.
they gotta figure it out. They
Yeah.
have like so many shows. They gotta start slotting
Yeah.
people in. Because then I mean, you also have your Karrion Crosses who have been there for a hot minute and like they're still like fans want them. And your LA
Yeah.
Knights. And I mean, LA Knight is obviously in this Money in the Bank match, but like people want,
Hmm.
I think LA Knight's sort of going to be like almost like a Sami Zayn and that people like are so behind, like chugging behind him, chugging behind him, chugging behind him. And they got to
Hmm.
eventually like pull the trigger on that.
I think you make a really good distinction too between like how the men and the women are treated on the roster,
Mhm.
honestly. And it is like a really weird balance too, where you do have like so many men at the top. Like you and I were talking about that even like 2023 Survivor Series, like that match where it was just stacked with like Sammy was in it, and it's just yeah, it's like all these
Yeah.
people who've been there forever. Seth was in it, and it's like how do you even like what is the championship? And then Punk got thrown into it, so then it's like oh now like people are all of a similar age range. What does that title picture even look like? Like how do you give people an opportunities and pay respect to their careers and their talents? But it's like only a certain handful of people can be at the very, very top.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Because then I mean, you also have your Drew McIntyres who,
Mhm.
obviously came back to WWE, went through the NXT system and all the way up.
Yeah,
And it's crazy to say this. It's not that long ago that LA Knight and Damian Priest were called up from NXT.
yeah,
And they're also like have been in that top tier. So like the men's,
yeah.
it takes longer for them to get there. Um, and then unless you're a heat magnet like Dom, but even Dom, I mean, he didn't go through NXT obviously, but it took. That's the other thing. They're bringing in these men who like Penta, and I'm not complaining that Penta did not go to NXT, but when you
Yeah.
or and Punk, like when you bring in people and they skip that step and they're immediately in this main event picture because they are recognizable names.
Hmm.
That means someone who got called up from NXT who is a recognizable name and is younger. These guys are older. They've got their time's ticking. So they're like, I feel like Triple H is like, we'll give it to the old guys. Yeah.
How do you even? It is really funny though, like you saying that about Triple H because it's like I feel like is he like empathizing so much, because like he saw how the business was
Yeah.
for like, and so he's kind of I don't know. It's like a very like weird balance. Like I feel like I there's a lot of mental gymnastics, political gymnastics, like in this industry that are just like, how do you like justify and reconcile while selling tickets? While
Hmm.
I don't know, it's a lot.
Yeah. Because with some of them, I do think it is that Triple H. because he didn't get to go out the way he wanted to go out, obviously. So I
Yeah.
think part of it's that. But then you look at like if they're releasing our truth and if they're releasing Miz, like and how whose decisions all are like who is
Yeah.
making that final cut?
Yeah.
It's just Road Dogg in the back just being like, come, crotch
Valhalla, I can
chopping.
understand.
Yeah,
Carlito, I can understand.
yeah,
Miz doesn't seem to make any sense.
no,
Our truth doesn't make any sense. Like for how active
yeah,
he's been in all of these segments, and like I fucking cried now thinking about him, that banner behind your head, like the time is now, like last time is now.
yeah.
Like seeing our truth come out to that and then being like, oh my God, did he know then? Because now it feels like it was,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Natty also said that like he started dressing with the legends because he wanted them to feel like they were part of the roster.
oh my God.
Right? I read that. I was like, of course he did. He's a perfect little angel.
What a guy. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that got me to tear up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just like his whole life story is crazy too.
Yeah.
And like just how he's just, yeah, he's just, oh, I love him.
Yeah. Honestly, like I think that's he shouldn't be going out like this. It should be like a big celebration. Like he should have that.
Yeah.
Like there should be a WWE special. Even you could do one even just on his tag teams that he's done, like starting off as K Quick with Road Dogg, get rowdy, like starting off
He,
there. The work he did with Miz, with Carmella, like the 24, so much.
yeah, so much. The whole everything with Brock Lesnar, like all like like a comedic highlight reel of sorts. I don't
Mhm.
even know. He's just so good.
Yeah. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre. Cena needs to start throwing his weight around a little bit and be like, give me our truth again.
Hmm. Again.
Hmm. But yeah. Did you also see people are speculating about Gunther?
No, what about him?
He's deleted everything off of his Twitter except his retweets of his wife.
What the fuck?
So who knows?
That's crazy.
I feel like he resigned not too long ago, but my idea of time is warped. So pay no attention to that. But
I have something to throw out there, and you can call me Delululemon on this, and I won't get offended. Everybody's talking about how no, it's credible that Truth is leaving, right? Because Truth posted about it. Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful posted about it, and which everybody, yeah. But that's everybody always people always say like, oh, he reported on it. It's like the thing, like that's like their guy, right?
yeah.
Um, what if just with like the pissing contest? Yes. Just with the pissing contest that the weird things that WWE's trying lately, and how ultra competitive they are. Any
I'm clinging
news,
to this. Yes.
any news is news. And also like it kind of plays in if you read the tweet that R Truth posted, like how it said, I'm sorry to inform you all. It just felt kind of like I feel like we could make a story out of this. And I maybe it's just be and everybody was joking around at first where they're like, it happened on June 1st, and everybody's like, our truth, it's June 1st today, not April 1st.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a part of me that is like, this would be such a great device to get people talking. It's almost like what do they call it? Hate posting? Is that what they
Yeah.
call it? I can't yeah, where it's like it's almost like that thing where you're doing that to garner all of this attention because now I bet a shit ton of people are gonna watch Monday Night Raw
Hmm.
tonight because they're gonna be go ahead.
Oh, and he's still listed as being on SmackDown. I mean, I get it. That's just that his contract hadn't been renewed. Um,
Hmm.
but like, especially if he's already announced it, usually when that stuff happens, they've been moved to.
Interesting. Okay.
He is still listed as being on SmackDown because I've been checking this like a psycho.
Is
Um,
Miz on there still?
I think so because Miz, it's just a rumor. But let's see, Miz. Why are you doing this, phone? Okay, right. I will type in The Miz. How about that? There we go. Okay. Well, Miz and Aleister Black, it looks like are having a match. So I'm assuming, yeah, he's slated to have a match on Thursday. So,
Got it. Got it. Got it.
um, what is Sarah Logan's name now?
Valhalla.
I don't know. Let's see if she is not listed on a brand, but I also don't know if she was drafted the last time.
Got it.
But she is not assigned to a brand. So
Got it.
it is possible.
Got you. Got you. I don't know. That's my theory anyway. That it would be cool.
I am still clinging to that with every fiber of my being. Like, that would be great if tonight they talked about that and people are like, truth, what are you talking about? Like, if it's Triple H or something,
Hmm.
or like Money in the Bank.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
Hmm.
But I do genuinely feel like people are going to be tuning in tonight just for what to see the flames, the dumpster fire that could be with the fans reacting about this news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And regardless, I hope the fans chant for truth like the entire fucking time. Except during the women's matches, because that's who I am as a person. Like, I hope they chant for the women. Um,
There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but all right. Do you have any other thoughts, feelings,
Oh, I have a
retribution?
lot of feelings. Retribution.
Do you remember retribution?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny balance where I'm trying not to be quote unquote one of those wrestling fans because hiring, firing is a natural part of business, unfortunately, sometimes. But like with someone like our truth specifically, who is still contributing so much actively to the business,
Yeah.
it I'm like it just feels like ageism if this is true. It just feels like a lot of like what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't know. It
Hmm.
feels like no matter what, you're misutilizing talent. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Yep. Mic drop.
So do you want to send us on out?
Yes, ma'am. In the name of our Lord and Savior,
Willow Nightingale.
stay with power.
Power of voodoo, hoodoo, you do.
Nothing matters. Smile anyway.